Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey guys, I know it's been a minute since I did a video. The last video I did had a bit of editing in it, and by a bit of editing I mean I learned to cut a part out. I'm not going to explain why I cut that part out, because I cut it out for a reason. But the fact that I figured out how to cut stuff out means, holy crap, I've learned how to do something. So I said the next video I do would be, edited, and I would practice, and we have to work on that. But I haven't even touched it since then. I do plan on doing it. It's just, life. But speaking of that, life update real quick before I get into the main topic of this video. So I think I already said how I got a job and then lost it. It's gone. I lost that job. Now I'm planning on maybe getting back on government checks, Social Security income. We're going to go to the place at the beginning of next year and take a test to see if I need it. So let's see if I can get them. It's just until I get another job. I can't just wait till I get another job. I need an in-source of income to keep paying the phone bill. So fingers crossed that worked out. And last but not least, I have a girlfriend. I'm not going to say who she is. I don't know if she's comfortable with me saying that. She has a YouTube channel, but she hasn't posted in years. So yeah, I'm not going to reveal who she is. But let's just know I have a girlfriend. I've already ranted on this channel about what happened with me and Caitlin. Fucking 8 years of hell. And not long after that, I fell for someone else. And then they fucking... I don't think I mentioned that on this channel. I recorded a response video to the video about me and just never uploaded it, waiting for this whole thing to blow over, which it definitely has by now, probably. It's the reason why I changed my channel names and everything. But in hindsight, maybe I didn't need to. I'm not that big a person, and the video didn't get seen by too many people, so, but just in case. But the point is, 8 years with her, and then getting backstabbed by the next person I fall for. This time, I'm hoping things turn out okay. Caitlin was too far right. The other person, who I'm not going to mention the name of, because I don't want them to be harassed. I think maybe they were too far left. So I had someone too far left hurt me, someone too far right hurt me. This person, she seems to be perfectly in the middle. And she's so far sweet. She's nice. So, third time's a charm. And if this doesn't work out, I'll probably give up forever. But now for the main meat of the video. What this is all about. What we came here for. The video I did before this wasn't the edited video. It was the frickin' Five Nights at Freddy's 2 video. That's right. Forgot about that. Okay, but I seen Silent Night, Deadly Night, 2025. Do I say the remake or do I say the reboot, the reimagining? I'm not sure what it qualifies as. The 2019 Child's Play is definitely a reimagining, not a reboot or a remake. This, I want to say it's more of a reboot, but it's bordering on the line of being a reimagining. Like it's bordering. But I'm just gonna say reboot, because it's a reboot. And is it good? Is it bad? Do I like it? Do I hate it? I watched the original film. I was gonna watch all of them, but the streaming service I was watching them on, for some reason, didn't have the third one. So I decided to scrap that idea and just watch the first one and then jump into the remake. So, was it good? Was it bad? I loved it. Well, I didn't absolutely downright fucking love it like I'm going to be obsessed with that movie for months now. It was just a good movie. Made by the same guy that did freaking The Wrong Turn 7, The Foundation, which is a good movie. Not a good Wrong Turn movie, but a good movie on its own. And he did a few other movies that are praised, and then he did Sweet Revenge, which, love or hate that short, love or hate what it stands for, this guy knows how to try to, tell stories and, put a new twist on classic stuff. Tries to add lore, like the lake bringing Eve back to life in that short. He's trying to add lore to a franchise that didn't really get a whole lot of lore throughout its 12 movie run. Point is, he knows how to be creative and he's a damn good writer. And this movie is good. I think it's good. Let me, spoiler warning ahead. It's a good movie. Some things bugged me a little, but I got over them quickly because the movie was just good. So, the last Silent Night, Deadly Night movie that got classified as a remake, even though I don't know what the hell to call that. It's just called Silent Night, and it's about a Santa Claus killer again, which hasn't been a thing in the franchise since I think the second or third movie, because 4 and 5 did the Halloween 3 thing. But the killer wasn't Ricky or Billy or anyone connected. It was just a unrelated Santa Claus killer. So, could it be another sequel in the same universe, just focusing on a different guy? Or is it truly a complete new universe? In which case, it's the same thing as Wrong Turn 7, how it's part of the same franchise in name only, because it has really nothing to do with the originals, because it's not Billy. But this time, in this remake, reboot, whatever, it actually is Billy. So it feels like it feels like it's actually part of the same franchise. But two things that, kind of bugged me a little. As much as I hated the character Mother Superior, that's the point. She was supposed to be hated. So we needed her to really mess up Billy more than he already was, to really push him to the point he got to in the original. Pushed him to be a killer. Here, I at first I assumed Mother Superior stuff did happen. It's just not showing it, but they may have implied either if he was there with Mother Superior, he wasn't there with her very long, or she's not a thing in this universe, which is like a crucial core part of the story. Just cut it out. Another thing, Ricky. Billy's an only child in this movie. There's no Ricky, which disappointed me at first, but I don't think we needed Ricky. This movie works good on its own. It doesn't need to try to follow the original, but that'd be like if they remade Friday the 13th with Jason's mom as the killer again, but don't set up little boy Jason at the end of the movie, and then we do another sequel somehow still with Jason's mom. Just completely forget Jason. Ricky took over Billy after Billy died in the first one, and he was the killer for the next 2 movies before they did the anthology thing. So Ricky feels like he's important, but they cut him out of this movie, which bums me out. They do have a Garbage Day reference, which is awesome, but that's neither here nor there. Those 2 things are the only 2 things that bugged me, but the movie made up for it in so many ways. The writing. So the movie opens up similar to the first movie, where Billy as a kid is visiting his grandpa in the old folks' home. Although with a slightly different twist here. His grandpa dies. And spoiler alert for later in the movie, I'm kind of jumping ahead a bit. We find out later in the movie that his parents killed him after getting him to sign over, his will to them. They mixed up his pills so he would die, and let's just say they get their comeuppance. If you've seen the original. In the original, the parents didn't deserve their death. It was tragic. Here, they had it coming. He killed his own dad, and she killed her own father-in-law. for money, greed, evil. So the original movie's killer, Santa Claus, at the beginning was just a random crook dressed as Santa Claus, and he just did a robbery. And then he was going to kill these people, take their car, presumably. And, you know, if you've seen the original, you know what happens. But here, things happen differently. I thought, since going into this, I thought this was going to be a remake, like an actual remake. So when they didn't have the robbery scene, I was a little thrown off, but I was like, okay. And then instead of seeing him with a wrecked car or a broken down car on the side of the road stopping to help, here the Santa Claus pulls up to them and bumps into them. So when the father gets out to investigate, as soon as he rolls down the window, bang, head, like pieces. In the original, he got shot a couple of times. I think in the head, and it was just a little bullet hole in his head. But here, his head is like fucking obliterated. Which is, damn, this gotta be dramatic for a child, but the mom, even though we find out later she's evil, but the mom does an awesome move here and actually manages to stab the guy in the neck. So, hey, protecting your kid, good job. But before he dies, he shoots her, so they both end up killing each other. But Billy gets out of the car, touches the guy's hand, and now we cut to the present day, and Billy's a killer. Unlike the original Billy, who became a killer overnight and was stopped like the next day, here he's been doing it for a minute. He's been doing it for a little while. He's killed a lot of people. All of them bad people. Similar to the first movie where he has the whole naughty, punish. Although in the original movie, his definition of what he thinks is good and bad is kind of skewed due to the abuse he went through. So some of the people he killed may not have fully deserved it. No, they definitely didn't. He's freaking crazy. Like, he kills a rapist in the original, good. But then the victim freaks out, which you could say, what the hell, he saved you. But at the same time, witnessing someone murder someone, that's going to terrify the shit out of you, even if it was to help you. So maybe her reaction is also valid. Maybe she just needed a minute to calm down and process that, oh yeah, he just saved me. But she fights back against him, which I guess in his mind dictates naughty, because he just helped you and you're punching. I don't know why the boss in the first movie deserved to die. Maybe because getting drunk and partying, especially on Christmas, it's not considered good. I don't know. The couple, whatever, I don't know if that's a babysitter or her older sister, but the tits lady who gets pinned to the deer, that most iconic kill from the first movie, they got recreated in the 2012 one and in this one. It's such a classic kill. Whenever you try to start this franchise over, you got to have that in there. She was just banging her boyfriend. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Maybe she was being a little mean to her sister. Or babysitter, whoever that little girl was. Maybe you could argue that, but whatever. But the reason why Billy in the first one thought, that is because of the way Mother Superior. She was beating people for doing that, and then beat him for watching that. So he really fucked with his head. So in his skewed mind, yeah, that's bad. Basically, the 80s slasher trope of sex bad equal death. But here, this modern take in this modern movie of Billy, I think his rationale for who deserves to live and die is actually more valid and justified. He's actually killing actually bad people, and I'll explain how he knows they're actually bad in a moment. This is where this writer, this filmmaker, the guy who did this, same guy that did Wrong Turn 7, really knows how to, be creative and come up with new stuff. So, when he touched the guy's hand, his soul went into him. The guy's name was Charles or Charlie, I can't remember which. When we first cut to him in present day being a killer, we hear the voice and we assume your first thought is, oh, he's crazy. His trauma has made him hear voices in his head, and the voice in his head is probably Santa. But as the movie goes on, we start to get hints that that's not quite the case. And he can even sense people and sense that there's something wrong with them without even knowing anything. And it's like, how the fuck? And that's what it is. It's not just a voice in his head. And it's not just supposed to be like a split personality and the other personality is Santa. No. Charlie, the Santa killer that killed his parents, transferred his soul into Billy when he touched his hand and became like a partner in crime, so to speak. He can sense, presumably, from what I've heard, what they say in the movie, Charlie probably also had a voice of a killer in his head that he touched hands of, and that killer had the power to sense good and bad. Like he could just reach into people's minds and see that they're not good people. And then, when he got, stabbed in the neck by the mom, it's time for him to possess someone else, and it's happened to be Billy. Throughout the movie, I was wondering, is he actually gonna, turn on him? And because usually when you hear an evil voice in your head in like a show or movie, usually the evil voice doesn't want anything good for you. It's just evil. But here they're looking out for each other, and it's like an equal partnership here, and they're actually like friends. And according to him, he's like a dad to him. He taught him how to shave. It was kind of touching. So Billy's been going from town to town, killing bad people, developing his MO as time goes on. We see the first time he used the axe. He picked it up and started chopping some guy who was working on a car. And then after he was done, he pulled the thing out, making the car fall on him, which I thought he was going to do that from the get-go. But I guess that would have been too predictable. It's weird. The axe is such an iconic part of this franchise and Billy as a character, even though in the first movie he only killed 2 people with it. He wielded it throughout most of the movie, but he didn't actually kill anyone with it till like near the end when he cut this head off the bully going down the hill on the sled and killed the cop after the cop came up from the stairs. He also killed a snowman, but that doesn't count. Like he had the axe throughout most of the movie and didn't use it. It's like, what the hell? It is what it is. But so Charlie and Billy, they got a good thing going on. Billy is actually ready to settle down. He found a girl he likes, but Charlie's trying to warn him that this is not going to work, blah, blah, blah. Throughout the movie, things happen, things play out. We find out more and more about this girl, and she's pretty cool. When she sees her nephew getting all, bullied on the ice in the hockey ring, she goes down there and fucking gives him the what for. Yeah. I know violence is never the answer and 2 wrongs don't make a right, but sometimes it just feels so satisfying to see those pieces of shit get it, even though it's not the best solution. It just feels satisfying, But after that, she gets taken to the police station for obvious reasons. She just beat up some children. Bigger children, but still children. And yeah, this is when we find Max. He was calling her and harassing her earlier in the movie, made her drop a Christmas bulb and freak out. And here we find out Max has been he's her ex-boyfriend, and he's been pulling strings to get her out of trouble here and there, hoping she'll get back with him, but he hit her in the face, and that's why they broke up. It's like, you don't get a second chance, bitch. It's like, yeah, rightfully so. Don't know. As someone who's been hit by someone who was once a partner, yeah, no. But then he pushes her down with his hands, starts giving her creepy massages, sniffing her hair like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is up with this dude? We also find out at this police station scene the legend of the kitty snatcher. I think that's what they called him, the snatcher. And I thought they were implying that she was also a killer, like Billy, and they were going to end up together because of that. And I thought they were implying she was the snatcher. Because earlier in the movie, when he applied for the job at the place, there was a missing kid, in the window. And later in the movie, another one shows up. But I got that twist completely wrong. I thought maybe it was. I think maybe the movie did that on purpose, make you think it may be her because she just attacked those two bullies. Maybe she's like Billy. She kills bad people, or in this case, bad kids. But the spoiler alert twist ending, it was Max, the fucking creepy police officer who hit her. It wasn't just him. He had like an accomplice or two, but still, he was in on it and he was part of it. He was helping. I should have seen that coming with the way they made him all creepy, but I thought he was just a creepy, obsessed ex. Not, oh yeah, I'm going to kidnap some kids. I did not see that twist, but hey, that's good writing. Even you don't see the twist coming, that's good writing. But I don't know if it's the writing or if I'm just an idiot. But either way, it was good. I liked it. So, as the movie plays out, Billy and her get closer, and he kills some more people. And we keep finding out that, the people he's killing aren't the greatest. The next person after the hockey game and the cop scene is this, I don't remember her name, but plot twist. She turns out to be a Nazi and has a Nazi Christmas party with a whole bunch of other Nazis. And Billy's like, oh, fuck this. He went from just wanting to kill her to kill them all. And Charles is like, dude, think about this. There's a lot of them in there. You should at least use a gun. And it's like, guns are for pussies. And I'm like, I agree, but no, dude, use a gun. You're going to get jumped in here, man. He does get hurt decently. But damn, was the scene badass. He was slicing up those Nazi Santas. Oh my god, he was fucking them up. It was awesome seeing these guys get what they have coming. And then the chick trying to shoot him shoots the rest of her people. Like, whatever he didn't kill, she killed the rest of them trying to hit him. She does manage to hit him in the leg. He also got stabbed in the shoulder, which is like, damn, dude. Should have brought a gun. Still awesome, though. Ugh. Anyway, she, after accidentally killing the rest of her own people, tries to escape on a jet ski, but Billy knows where she's going. And he, kind of like similar to the head decapitation in the first one with the bully on the sled, because it's in the woods and there's snow, but instead of a sled, it's a four-wheeler. And instead of a decapitation from the neck, he chops her in the fucking mouth. Holy shit. Right in the freaking mouth. You don't see that often. Last one I can remember is Wrong Turn from 2003. Funny, a weird connection there, because the creator of this also made the most recent Wrong Turn. Strange. But still, it's awesome. It was fucking awesome. And then afterwards, he burns the place down. Yeah, take that, fuckers. I know stuff like MLP and Has Been Hotel teaches us that, everyone can be redeemed. Yes, I think everyone can change. But even if you can change, you gotta want to change. Some pieces of shit don't want to. They either don't think they're pieces of shit and they gaslight themselves into thinking they're not, or they know they are and they just don't care. So those ones might not. But also, even if someone really bad does change, it doesn't mean they deserve forgiveness. Like, good that you change, good you're not being evil no more. But that doesn't mean all the people you've hurt in the past have to automatically forgive you. Like, imagine if Hitler goes... This video's probably going to get demonetized. Mustache Man. That's too late, I already said it. I'm a small channel anyway. Fuck it. Imagine if Hitler goes to hell and Charlie tries to reform him and it works. he does, feel bad about what he's done. Does that mean he deserves the forgiveness? No, he's responsible for at least 6 million Jews and like almost 11 million people overall. No, you don't deserve that forgiveness. I mean, good that you're good now, but no. Fuck you. So, even though all these Nazis in this scene could change, and Nazis, there are Nazis that have changed, and good on them, but these guys had it. Nazis, fucking slice them up, slice them up. It was fucking awesome. So after that, every time he kills someone, he has this little book with a little, calendar. You know those books where it flips up and there's something inside, like a picture or a piece of candy, or in this case, he smears the blood of his victim under one, and he has to do one each day up until Christmas. Or if he misses a day, something bad happens. The movie tries to hint that if he doesn't, purposefully seek out someone to kill and make sure they're evil, if he doesn't do it, like he will like snap and go into killer mode and kill just anyone, and that means someone innocent could die if he doesn't choose. But I think by the end of the movie, when they find out who the kitty snatcher is, I think what Charlie was trying to imply to Billy by saying you can't miss a day or else an innocent person might die, it means if we don't kill that bad person, then that bad person will go on to kill someone. Hence the reason why another missing child poster showed up the day after he missed a day, because here's why he missed. Just like in the original movie, they make him be the Santa and have kids sit on his lap. Charles is trying to warn him against it, because when you put on that Santa suit, it's kind of hard to control yourself. But luckily, he guides him through it and, make sure he doesn't snap on the kitties. Thank goodness. But because of this, he misses a day. But he thinks, all right, everything's fine. Nothing bad happened. Maybe I can be normal now. But then Pam's father, that's the name of the chick that he likes. I forgot to mention that. Pam, her father gets killed by the kitty snatcher when he's trying to snatch another kid. He tries to rescue the kid but gets himself killed. Which I was still thinking Pam was the kitty snatcher at this time, so I thought she just killed her own dad. And when she was crying about it, she's a good actress. But no, I'm glad I was wrong. Because Billy finally tells her, even though Charlie was saying, don't tell her what you are. But she's cool. And Charlie is like, I think you found yourself a keeper. You found yourself a good one. So they look at the security footage and they think they know who it is. So they drive out to where they think it is. And they find the missing kids. Thank God they're not dead. They're just kidnapped and kept in a ball pit under the floorboards randomly. Creepy, weird. What the fuck's going on there? So that means, was there 2 killers in this movie? I mean, the kids weren't getting killed. They were just getting kidnapped. But they did kill the dad. So technically, yeah, there's 2 killers. That's a nice twist. 2 killers. A good killer and a bad killer, which is a weird thing to say. But they rescue the kids. And they kill one of the guys, not knowing there was accomplices. They kill one. He fucking took his head off. But he's injured. Sadly, he's obviously freaking injured. So he's struggling to survive, and he tries to make it back out to the car. And that's when fucking Max, the worst piece of shit, shoots him. And Charles is like, shit, my bad, kid. I should have seen him coming. I should have sensed that. Ugh. I'm guessing the shock and trauma of Billy almost dying from his stab wounds in the gut probably was distracting him and making him not focus on the environment around him. So as Pam tries to comfort Billy and Billy's dying, he's asking Charlie not to go. And it's like, I'm sorry, kid, but it's your turn now. Take her hand. Which is so sad. Billy dies and then Charlie's gone, but Pam fucking kills Max. A long-awaited, deserved death. punching her in the face, being creepy with her in there, and then turns out you were helping kidnap these kids. Had it coming. And he has the gall to be like, help, help, officer down, as he's crawling away after she bit his nose off, which is a callback to something she said earlier in the movie. She did that to a kid in school once. Nice callback there. And when he was crawling away, he's like, help, officer down, back up. It's like, dude. I mean, I understand it's your job, and also whether or not you're good or bad, no one wants to die, so of course you're going to be calling for help. But it just pissed me off, like, oh, you piece of shit. You're going to act like the victim after what you've done? And she just goes ham on him and just fuck him up. It was so satisfying. And then Billy's in her head now. Just like, he was in, it's like Charles was in his head. It's her turn now. He asks her if she's ready, and she smiles, and end of the movie. And that's why there's no Ricky in this movie. Because they didn't need one. Because this whole killer jumping plot, body jumping plot, some kind of supernatural whoozy whatever, which is different. The original movie was grounded and down to earth. The sequels having Ricky remember stuff when he was a baby and whatnot, and somehow surviving getting shot so he can come back in the third one. They started to delve into the supernatural there. Here, it's a here from the get-go, which is all right. It's a unique change and a unique twist. I like it. Damn, this was a good movie. I don't know if I like it more or the same as the original. The original is good. The original's still good, but damn, this one is. I think this might be better movie, like as a movie, like quality and everything wise, equal to, maybe a little better, or a little slightly under the original. Everyone loves Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 because of Ricky and the meme Garbage Day. But that movie is not a good movie. It's mostly recapping the first one so much. It's barely its own movie, but and the acting for the new stuff is terrible, but everyone loves the character Ricky, and they love the meme Garbage Day, that they forget all those flaws with the movie. This movie, it was just a good movie. But, oh my God. Speaking of Ricky, they do reference Garbage Day. I already mentioned that earlier. In the first movie, Billy's, catchphrase or slogan or whatever was punish. He had a second one, naughty, it wasn't used much. Ricky took the phrase naughty, and that became his main catchphrase, adopting it as his own. But in this movie, they kept saying naughty, naughty, and it's like, what about punish? Wait, naughty is Ricky's saying. I mean, sure, Billy says it, but it's a secondary catchphrase. He does say punish in the movie later, which is like, oh, okay, there we go. I was wondering where punish was. It's weird how they made naughty the main one here. It's like how Jason didn't get his mask till the third movie, but the mask is like such a big part of the franchise that you just forget that it wasn't there from the get-go. I think the same thing happened here. Naughty, thanks to Ricky and the sequels, made it seem like that was the big thing, when in the first movie it was punish. Interesting. Do I want to see a sequel to this? Yes. Will there be a sequel to this? I'm hopeful, but probably not. This is probably just a one-off standalone. But hopefully it gets a sequel. I would love to see, her as like dressed up as Mrs. Claus going around killing people with Billy in her head. And Billy looked familiar in this movie, but I couldn't pinpoint it. I thought it was Josh Hutcherson. Kind of looked like him, but I looked it up. Nope. It's not Josh Hutcherson. It's freaking Corey from Halloween Ends, which I liked the character Corey. The movie Halloween Ends could have been a lot better. A lot of people don't like Corey, but I liked Corey. I hated the wasted potential with him. But I guess this is kind of like what Corey could have became if, they didn't kill him off at the end of the movie. Although in Halloween Ends, he's implied to be just becoming evil, just killing like Michael does, not just killing bad people. But he does kill several people who are dicks in the movie, so maybe you could kind of imagine this is what Corey could have turned into, minus the voice in his head. I don't know. I liked it. I like this movie. I want to see more, but I doubt there's going to be a sequel. And if there is, I'd be pleasantly surprised. I'd be happy if there was. But overall, do I have any flaws with the movie? Not just stuff like Ricky not being there and the Mother Superior stuff being cut out. That's just minor nitpicks for like fans. Like, as a movie, is there any flaws with it? Not that I can think of. I think it's like good. I I Is it something I'd watch again and again forever? Probably not. I'd probably watch it like a few more times. Like if ever I'm marathoning the whole franchise, I'll watch it. But will I go out of my way to like watch it all the time? Like I do some other movies, and like I do with Friday the 13th? Probably not. But it is a good movie. I'll give it 10 out of 10 seems a little high. Because like I said, it's not going to be a movie I come back to all the damn time. Maybe 9 or 8 out of 10. Rating systems are arbitrary anyway. It's a good movie. Go watch it. Now, where does it rank? If I would rank all the Silent Night, Deadly Night movies? Let me do a quick ranking to end off this video. A quick ranking of all the Silent Night, Deadly Night movies. Obviously, the first one, top, OG. It's obviously going to be at the very top, S tier. This one, no, I'm going in order. The second one, like I said, is not a great movie, but just because of Ricky, I'm going to put it either also in S tier, right behind the first one, or maybe right below it in A tier. I'm going to go with A tier. It's not the greatest, and it mostly recycles the first one, but the garbage day meme and Ricky's over-the-top acting is chef's kiss. Love it. I wish they would have carried on with that in the sequels. So then we get to Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, which it's hard whether or not to put this or Part 4 at the bottom. I've seen some people say this goes at the bottom because it's just a boring movie. It's slow, and this movie has Ricky back, but he's not even really the same character anymore. It's not played by the same actor. What the hell happened to my camera? Why is it blurry? There we go. Focus. Anyway, he's not played by the same actor, and because of what happened to him at the end of the last movie where he got all shot up, he's like in a coma now, and he got brain damage, so now he doesn't talk. His brain is visible in like a dome. And I don't think he wears a Santa suit the whole movie, which is kind of like the whole point of this franchise. And they left that out. What the fuck? Unless he does and I don't remember. Must be at the very end or something, but Ricky is not even really the same. He's not the over-the-top fun guy from the second one that we wanted. I would have loved to see Ricky in like 2 or 3 more sequels just hamming it up as he kills people. That would have been awesome. But instead we get this with a blind girl who's psychically connected to him somehow for some reason, and it's just a boring movie. It's slow, it drags, and I'm gonna put it it's tough. I'll put it in D, because at least it is connected to the first 2. At least. Now for Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. It's a mindfuck acid trip of a movie, which If that's your cup of tea, I do like mindfucky stuff. I do like trippy stuff. But like, there's the thing is too much. Like, if you can't even follow the plot at all anymore, the movie doesn't even have anything to do with Christmas. It just happens to be taking place on or around Christmas. The story could be happening any time of the year. It's about a bunch of witches or something. And there's giant bugs, and I think someone gets turned into a bug. It's definitely a lot more entertaining than the third one. But it's like, is it too out there? Maybe. You know what? I'm switching it around. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to say I'm putting 3 in F, and then I'm putting 4 in D. 4 is terrible, but at least it's not boring. Now we get to Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toy Maker. Actually, sort of Christmas related, but only a little bit more than the last one, because it involves presents. But that could just be taking place in, kids' birthdays. This story could work any other time, but it's Christmas enough. So it's about a toy maker named Joe Petto, like supposed to be like Geppetto from Pinocchio, but you gotta realize the name Joe Peto is not a really. He's gonna name him Peter. There's no way someone thought that was a good name. Whatever. So, turns out his son is the villain of the movie, and he's secretly a toy. Evil Pinocchio, that's the twist. And he's giving out evil toys to kids on Christmas, and it's like bad. This movie is better than the last one, and some people like it. It is a strange movie. I'm going to put it in B tier. Yeah, B tier. Maybe C. No, B. Yeah, I'll put it in B. So far we have an F tier, a D tier, a B tier, an A tier, and an S tier. I think C tier is going to be completely skipped because the next movie, Silent Night, even though, like I said earlier, it's really a sequel or part of the same franchise in name only, as a movie on its own, it's pretty good. It's decent. Like, it's alright. I think I'll put it A tier? No, B tier. I'll also put it in B tier. And lastly, this new one, S tier. I'm putting it in S tier. Putting in S tier right behind the first one. And there we go. That's my ranking of the Silent Night, Deadly Night movies and my thoughts and reviews of the new one. It was good. I'll give it a, like I said, number ratings are arbitrary, but either an 8 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. Loved it. Well, see you guys next time. Peace.